But we have to start treating our friendships like a business venture at this point, because people are crazy. It's the people that you don't expect that are going to be jealous, envious, wishing on your downfall. One proactive tip that I will suggest for you guys: hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly come on here before we get started with the video just to say, please do donate to Shanquella Robinson's family's GoFundMe page, which I will leave a link down below to you. I feel like her name should not be forgotten, and we need to keep applying pressure to make sure the Mexican authorities arrest all of those who were involved, all of those who were there. They need to be accounted for, because it's just unacceptable in so many ways. I pray for healing for her family and our generation and community as a whole, because this is such a tragic situation, and I pray that her soul is resting in peace. Hey guys, so today's video we're just gonna have a quick chit chat. Essentially is lessons we can learn from the Shanquella story, the unfortunate of her passing, why you should be living a more private life, how to live a private life, how to be more mysterious, and just overall less sharey online and on social media. So let me start off with just some background information. For me personally, I've always been a lot more private, and I can seem very counterintuitive because I have a YouTube channel, I record videos, I vlog, but you don't know my business. Nobody knows my business. Even the people that are not like my direct family do not know my business, because I choose not to share. And there's so many reasons why. But first of all, let's start off with a mini topic of jealousy. A lot of people are jealous, and it's just straight out, that's what they are. They are jealous, they are envious. When they see that you're living your best life or you're thriving, they can't stand to see it, and they just want to wish the worst on you. And it's so scary to see, because for me, if I see someone doing better than me, that's gonna push me to want to even improve more. Like, that's motivation. That does not trigger jealousy in me or wish the worst. Like, I don't wish bad on anyone, because I don't want that energy sent back to me. Like, it's so unproductive being jealous. And even the whole situation with Shanquella, very unfortunate and tragic passing, really opened my eyes just to like the whole concept of friendships, and it made me really have an inventory check on my own friends and who I really choose to be associated with. Because a lot of people who will pretend, and this is the key, people will pretend to act like they have your best interest at heart when they don't. And that's why I feel so bad for her, because she probably thought they're my homegirls, they're my homeboys, that's my dogs, like they went to Mexico. There's been more like information that's been surfacing on the internet saying that she was actually the one that paid for the villa. She had $10,000 like on her. I watched a video from For Me, love For Me, but I watched her YouTube video. That's how I learned all of this information, because I'm not personally on Instagram besides TBH. When I was uncovering the story, it made me sick to my stomach, and it really just made me realize that in this life you have to be a private individual. You have to keep people wanting to know your information but can't. You need to be mysterious, because when you're going out of your way, sharing your business, sharing every single thing, your relationships, your financial pursuits, like unless the financial pursuits is to help people, like I've shared like how much money I've made, this and that, only on the basis of because there are people who want to also make that money, and I'm all about helping people. I'm not just gonna hide everything. So that's more for motivation, because I too watch loads of videos on how people have made 6 figures, how people have made 7 figures, so I can learn and do the same. But I mean the more personal stuff, like your relationships, stuff like that, I just don't think it's something you need to share online. Of course, if you choose to, that is absolutely fine, and I wish you the best. No bad intentions, no evil eye or anything around here, but I'm just very protective over my personal things, the people in my life, and I think it's time more people become that. Sometimes if I go on like Snapchat, and I used to do this as well, so I'm not judging anyone who does this, because as I said, I used to do this. When I see people post on their stories on Snapchat every single day, I'm just like, are you okay? You don't want to catch a breath? You don't want to catch a break? Like, it's like they're doing all of this, and it's not even like they're making money from it. they just share too much. They overshare. And even though for some of them they share it on their private stories, but they could have people on their private stories who are wishing on their downfall. I 100% believe it's the people that you don't expect that are going to be doing the most, that are going to be jealous, envious, wishing on your downfall, preying on your downfall, which is why you need to be really careful and selective on the information you choose to share online, what you want to share online, because you don't know. People really do not have the best intentions for your life, and it's really important that you have a reality check in this department. Going back onto the topic of friendships, I think it's really important that we learn from this story and we start to actually have an inventory check on the type of people that we have in our lives. And one proactive tip that I will suggest for you guys, and I'm going to do this myself, is to write a list of your top 5, top 10 friendships, and you want to rank them in order. So your first being your closest friend, the person that gives you the most value, and the last being your least valuable friend. And you want to kind of write pros and cons for each friendship. And I know that sounds crazy, but we have to start treating our friendships like a business venture at this point, because people are crazy. Okay, so if you are not ready and prepared, then you might get caught off guard in something. God forbid that happens to anyone ever, but you could be caught off guard and someone can do something. So it's just really important that you analyze who's in your circle, what type of friendships you have. So generally speaking, well, I'm a healing or recovering people pleaser, because I'm definitely not anymore, like definitely not, but in the past I have been, and as a result I've been able to attract a variety of different friendships. So because of that, I have attracted friendships that were very toxic, in the sense of I couldn't fully be myself because I obviously wanted to make that person happy. I would go out of my way to make sure that I'm doing everything that they want as their friend, and it's really unhealthy. And my thing is this, so I do that for a period of time, then I just cut you off, because it's like my energy is drained. So I won't even say I'll just cut you off. It is what it is. And it's not the healthiest thing, but it works for me, and whatever works for me, I'm gonna stick beside it. So I want you to just go through your list and analyze your friendships, analyze the people in your life that you're most close with, and figure out how much value they add to your life. This is another thing. If you're someone who can sense like jealousy and envy from someone, like it's in your gut feeling, so it's not obvious, it's faint, right? It's this faint feeling, and it's like this thought that pops in your head here and there when you spend time with them. You're like, I think like the way they're moving is weird, like it's sly, it's snaky. If you get that gut feeling, sis, you need to cut them off ASAP. Like I'm talking immediately. These people are not your friends, they're frenemies who will plot on your downfall, okay? And I would rather you cut them off for your protection and safety rather than take the chance to keep them because you're not sure. And it's a thing where you can confront them about this, and if you're someone who likes confrontation, I would definitely recommend this. But if you're a non-confrontational person, you don't owe anyone any explanation. I'll be real, like I'll be very real with you. You can just be like, you know what, I wish you the best, but the energy and this feeling I get when I'm spending time with you ain't it, so you have to go. Like you have to I've made that decision quite a few times, and one most recently, a significant friendship that I just had to be like, you know what, I've had like this weird feeling for time. I can never fully be myself around that person, so I said, you know what, you'll never hear from me again. But another thing that I feel like is really important is when you are giving a lot of energy and they're just taking. When you feel like you're making the most effort in that friendship, you already know that person does not want to be your friend, or they don't value you as much, or they feel comfortable and feel like you're always going to be there. So you have to take your place and get out from their lives. And again, this has happened in certain friendships in my own life, and when I just kind of like sat down and thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I was the one that made the effort. I was the one that actually planned everything. I was the one that did this. I was the one that did that. I was always the one that initiated, sets me up. I was the one, like, when you start to realize that the ratio is not adding up and you're really doing the most, sis, block them, delete them, because at this point, what's the actual point? You're better off being alone and attracting better friendships than to hang on just for the sake of saying you have friends, or that this person is an extra friend. Like, no, we're not doing that. It's better to have loads of acquaintances and associates that you're cool with, that you respect, but they're not your friends. Like, that's literally me. Right now, I feel like I can count my friends with less than 5 fingers. A lot of people that don't add value to my life, there's no reason for me to add them as friends, you know? And this whole quote unquote, like, you're my sis for life, you my sister. Like, I'm really reducing the amount of times I use sis, because you're not my sis. There's no need for me to like try and act like we're even cool. Like, these are things I just feel like we need to stop being comfortable and being overly friendly. Being overly friendly can be someone's biggest downfall, and it's something that I struggle with sometimes. Like, I'm actually just a genuine and friendly person. I'm trying to be a lot more, not, I wouldn't say standoffish, because I don't like rude people. I think rude people are just like a waste of space in the universe, but a lot more firm and just like protective over my own energy. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be rude, of course not, but I'm just going to be a lot more selective with who I choose to communicate with and associate with, you know? So I think that's really important as well, is being selective on who you choose to give your energy to. In regards to social media, limit the time you actually use on these social media platforms. Even platforms such as YouTube, it can be very overwhelming sometimes, because it's like an overproduction of videos and content and all of these things, and it's like you don't know which one to select, and you end up wasting your time. Like, you know you have things to do, but you end up wasting it on content on YouTube, Instagram, all these different social media platforms. So essentially what I say is just limit your time on social media. Don't post unless you need to. Moving forward into the new year, like, I will not be posting the birthday snaps and this and that. I'm done, okay? Because it's just a waste of time. No one really cares. But guys, that was it for the video. It was all over the place, I'm not gonna lie, because this was not planned. But I hope this helped and maybe provided some value. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.